Different week for us, obviously, playing on Monday night. I loved our schedule. I love what Freddie did with our schedule, bringing the guys in Monday, obviously, to watch that tape. And then Tuesday was a bonus day, working on a lot of techniques and fundamentals and little things that we needed to correct from the game on Sunday. And then kind of got on a normal week with Wednesday being a Tuesday, yesterday being a Wednesday, today being a Thursday, I guess. But it's been a good week so far. Guys are working hard. We're getting focused. And, they're all big games, but, coming off a game like last Sunday, this one's going to be huge for us.
Some solace out of that loss in the fact that special teams performed pretty well, except for a few minor little things like.
Anytime it's obviously a team game, and anytime you lose like that, there's really no time to take solace in anything. I like the way our guys did some things. They played fast. They played with good effort. The biggest thing I took away from it was that they played hard the entire game. When things got out of hand in the fourth quarter, our guys kept playing hard. And I think we have the right men in that locker room to rebound from something that happened, that game that happened on Sunday. So that's what I take solace in, the fact that the guys played hard. They played with great effort. They were into the whole game. We did some good things. We didn't do enough good things, and we got to keep getting better.
Did you see anything specific on Austin's mistake?
I did. He did exactly what he wasn't doing the last 3-4 weeks when he ended up winning the job. He just not went back to because he normally doesn't kick that way, or he wouldn't be here. It was just poor technique. I'm not going to make excuses for him, and he wouldn't make this excuse, but it was we scored so quickly, and he never really got a chance to get into the game. And but he needs to be more prepared than that. It's kind of like I tell the guys all the time. It's a sudden change. Anything that happens fast, like a pick six or a return for a touchdown, or anything good that happens for us, all of a sudden, bam, you score. You got to be ready. And maybe mentally he wasn't quite prepared, but he came back on the second extra point and stroked it, and that's what we expect from him every single time, because he's good enough to do that, obviously.
How do you size up Gillen's day?
I'm sorry?
How do you size up Jamie Gillen's day?
Other than the first one, I thought he had a really good day. The first one we were very fortunate because you punt from backed up. I mean, the hit and rolls are nice, but you can't count on those or rely on those. And if the returner comes up and either fair catches that ball, they get a ball across the 50, which is a no-no when you're kicking from backed up. But the other 4 punts I believe he had, he really hit the ball well. And we covered well. We protected well for the most part. We got to keep working on the fundamentals there. But other than that, it was a pretty good day for Jamie.
If Don Carl can't go, would it be Guerin taking his place?
More than likely. Yeah, I think so. He's done a good job for us. And, he almost popped the one. I think his last one, his only return of the game. It only got out to about the 25, but he was one block away from making a much bigger play. It was fairly well, pretty well blocked. We just got to finish, and that's going to be the emphasis today when we talk about kickoff returns: finishing blocks and playing penalty free like it normally is. And that's the one thing. If there's any big disappointment other than a missed PAT, it's the couple penalties we had in the one punt return play. The kickoff return penalty was questionable, but I came in here preaching back when I got here in January. We got to reduce the penalties, and we have to reduce the penalties, especially in the return game. You can't give the offense bad field position and expect them to go 80, 85 yards every time. So we have to do a better job in that regard.
What do you make of the penalties being so widespread? Offense, defense, and even special teams a couple of times as well.
I know our head coach said we have to be more disciplined across the board, and I agree with him. And I'm in charge of special teams, so that's all I'm going to really talk about is our special teams units have to play penalty free. We have to play aggressive. We have to play fast. We have to play with great effort. We have to be the tougher team every time we go out there. But we can't make silly mistakes. We can't, get too handsy on punt return and hold a guy. We can't accidentally or not accidentally, doesn't matter. You can't jab a guy in the face and face mask. That's illegal. And those are the things we have to continue to emphasize that we need to eliminate from our game, or we're going to be in bad field position more times than not, and that's unacceptable.
The NFL seems to tweak a rule or two when it comes to the punt and the kickoff return. They've taken the wedges out. They've taken the double team blocks out. Now, how challenging is that for you as a coordinator to adjust your coaching technique to conform to the new rules? Obviously, they're trying to prevent injuries, but
Right.
but still, these are things that have been used for years and years and years.
I think it's great what the NFL does. I think it's great that they look at how to make this game safer for the young men that play the game so they can continue to be healthy when they leave the game. And I kind of look at it as it's a benefit for us because I've taken a lot of pride over the years, and even here with this year with the new emphasis on the rules, taken a lot of pride into making those adjustments faster than anybody else. That's what we try to do. Whether or not we do it, that's up to our players and how quickly they buy into what we're doing. But at the end of the day, the NFL is trying to make it a safer play. We kept the kickoff return in the game, which was absolutely necessary because that's been part of our game forever. But they've made it safer. We're going in the right direction. The challenge is there, but everybody's going through the same challenge. And the quicker that we make those adjustments, the better off we're going to be.
Team block rule. I think both teams got called for it. Is that a tough rule to teach? Is it a kind of tough rule to officiate, or?
It's probably a tougher rule to officiate because it happened so fast. The one that they called on Dearness, he only blocked the one man. The double team we had from the front line got pushed into him, so it looked like he was blocking someone else when he wasn't. Their guy obviously did it. I mean, it's hard, and I think part of the challenge for me is we need to draw up schemes that don't put those guys in the situation where they are going to get penalized, and I think that's the challenge, and that's what we try to do is, get the two halfbacks in the return on, the two guys that don't have the ball back there, obviously normally the halfbacks, put them in a position where they're not going to get penalized. The techniques and the schemes that we teach, keep them out of harm's way when it comes to penalties, so to speak. That's our job.
It seems like that double team penalty was called a lot in week one across the league. Do you think that's something that's going to go down over time, or is it something that's going to be a gradual adjustment?
Well, I think if it's there, they're going to call it. But I know the big emphasis was in the summer, the officials told us that it was going to be called, and they're trying to take it out of the game. Again, it's for a safety issue, and I understand that. We're going to keep teaching it the way we've been teaching it now for the last 2 years since they've made this rule or put this rule in place. So, we just got to continue to emphasize playing penalty-free and making smart decisions at the point of attack because it happens fast now. And my big thing, and I've told you guys this before, I think, back in the spring, we tell our guys all the time, don't give the official an excuse to throw a flag. So if it's going to be close, expect them to throw it. If I'm grabbing a guy on punt return, I'm a corner on punt return, I'm grabbing a guy, and it looks like a little tug, well, if it looks like a penalty, it probably is a penalty. So don't even do that. We're going to teach punching, not grabbing, and doing the little things that are necessary to eliminate penalties. And that's going to be our focus from here on out. It already has been, and will continue to be here on out.
Mike, Josh Cribbs was nominated for the Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
I mean, obviously that in itself is an honor. But
Absolutely.
what are your thoughts on his career, and would you like to see more like guys recognized by the Hall potentially for just being, kind of return specialist?
He was a great one, as you guys know. A lot of you guys probably covered him. A great returner, a good person. I don't know him very well, but I've talked to him a few times, and I know that he meant a lot to the city of Cleveland. I think the city of Cleveland means a lot to Josh, and I congratulate him on a phenomenal career. I love the fact that he was nominated for the Hall of Fame. I hope he gets a bunch of votes. I hope he gets in because he did some great things, and I know we coached against him, and he was not a fun man to coach against, and because he's one of those guys that he wasn't going down easy now. And he may not have been the fastest, but he was going to be the toughest and the strongest, and he was going to hit the seam full speed, and you're going to have a lot of people around him to get him down. So I congratulate he and his family, and I hope he gets in.
I asked Freddie this the other day, and he said it didn't bother him at all, but you went with Jarvis when Dontrell got hurt the other day as a punt returner. Just having a starter, especially that position, returning punts, does that bother you at all? Or, I mean, 'cause it doesn't happen as much as I think it used to.
A guy like Jarvis, he's such a team guy, and he's the one who came up to me and says, I'm ready to go if you need me, and then we put him in there. He's a guy, he's going to catch the ball, he's going to get what he can get, he's going to make good decisions back there. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, if Freddie says we can use him, we're going to use him when we can, and then hopefully Dearness can continue to develop. Dontrell comes back healthy, Antonio comes back here in a few weeks, and the more guys, the better, obviously. But having a guy like Jarvis back there, kind of makes me feel good. You know what I mean? That he can do some of the good things for us and put us in the right positions.